really like the Nations Cup to work with the team. It's like it's a fantastic series in itself, but also great preparation for we've got the Europeans coming up in a month or so.
Gaining experience at a home Nations Cup, which I think is something very special for everyone, and I think it's something that makes every rider proud to ride for the nation, and especially if it's the Nations Cup at home.
We are here, we have a Nations Cup, which is very good, and in my Nations Cup team are 4 long-listed riders. So just to test them, how they ride under the pressure of being in a German team. So we are very happy, and I think this course which Rüdiger built is very good, and it will give the horses a good blow for condition, because it's going up and down, and I think therefore it's a very good place for us for the last test.
This week, the FEI eventing Nations Cup comes from Arville in Belgium for the 4th leg of the series. The teams competing in Arville are current series leaders Sweden, Italy, Leg 2 winners Germany, Austria and host nation Belgium. The first phase of the competition was the dressage, and the new Belgium chef d'équipe would be happy with what he saw across the 2 days. Second line rider Laura de Liederkirk-Meyer and her appropriately named Ducati d'Arville secured their best dressage score at a 4-star event with 27.4 penalties. But once again, a Nations Cup dressage phase belonged to Germany. First line rider Dirk Schrader got the team off to the perfect start with this test of 27.4 penalties aboard Casino 80. And was only bettered when teammate and senior Nations Cup team debutante Sophie Loeb entered the dressage ring. Loeb and J'adore Moi finished on 25.1 penalties, and the team finished on 81.2, 9 penalties ahead of the chasing pack. After heavy rain was forecast for the cross-country phase on Sunday, the schedule was changed. Show jumping would now be first thing on Saturday morning, followed by the cross later that afternoon. A course of 12 jumps and 15 efforts had been set by Belgian designer Eugene Mathy, and it was to be attacked right away by the host nation. Lara and Ducati d'Arville jumped with ease and finished just inside the time allowed of 72 seconds. But anything Belgium could do, Germany could also do, and the team completed with 2 clear rounds of their own to stay ahead of the chasing pack. Firstly, Dirk Schrader and Casino 80 finished 2 seconds inside the time to move them up to second in the individual standings. Christoph Wahler and Kajetan S, making their first Nations Cup appearance of the season, followed up with a clear round of their own. Wahler moved into 5th place individually and kept Germany top of the leaderboard by 9 penalties after the phase. Confirmation then that Germany still sit top after the show jumping phase, but Belgium was still in touch with the leaders with only the cross-country remaining. The final phase of the competition in Arville was the cross-country test, and German course designer Rüdiger Schwarz had set a tricky course in the Belgian countryside. With 25 fences, a distance of 3,850 metres and an optimum time of 6 minutes 46 seconds, a mistake from any nation would be costly. Germany got off to the perfect start with Dirk Schrader and Casino 80. They took on the water complex with ease and still had plenty of running left in them when they returned home. Belgium knew they needed some clear rounds on the board if they were to catch the Germans, and Chris Verbeek gave them the first. Germany's domination was about to have its first setback with Sophie Loeb and J'adore Moi. The pair had 2 refusals at fence 10A, meaning 60 jumping penalties. Added to the 34.4 for time, and their completed finishing score was now 123.5. It became the team's drop score, and they needed it to stay that way. It was now Belgium's chance to capitalise on Germany's mistake, with second-line rider Laura de Liederkirk-Meyer. Once again, the order of the day was no jumping penalties, and she and Ducati d'Arville obliged. With only 6.4 time penalties to add, Belgium were making their move. The pressure was back on Germany. After the earlier faults of Sophie Loeb, third-line rider Christoph Wahler needed to go clear. He got all the way to the tricky coffin at fence 18, before a rider fall 2 fences later, to the disappointment of his chef de keep. Picking up 1,000 penalties for elimination meant the earlier scores had to be counted, and the team tumbled down the leaderboard. Belgium's Manon Minner and Cool Dancer were on course when Wahler fell, but couldn't be sure of what happened until they returned home. If they could complete with no jumping penalties, the hosts would take the win. They came back with 12.4 time penalties to secure the team's third clear jumping round of the day and confirm Belgium as the winners of this FEI Eventing Nations Cup leg.
Yeah, it was amazing. I had, riding a Nations Cup in your own crowd, in home, so it's amazing. My horse was amazing. He's unbelievable, and he's only 9, and we don't have so many experience. And I'm so happy that the team manager and the trainer give me this chance to ride here in the Nations Cup.
So after a poor cross-country phase, Germany slipped to third, with Sweden catching them and taking second spot. And it was Belgium who took the title on home soil, after 4 fantastic, clear jumping cross-country rounds, led by Laura de Liederkirk-Meyer, who also took home the Belgian Championship and finished third in the individual standings. With only 2 competitions remaining, Sweden sit top of the Nations Cup leaderboard after their second place finish in leg 4. They have a healthy 60-point lead over the chasing pack of Italy, Germany and now Belgium. The season returns next month with the North American leg of the series, taking place in Bromont, Canada. Join us then for more FEI Eventing Nations Cup action.